Hello everyone. Our Discovery Island book, Grade 6, Unit 6, Lesson 10 is our lesson for today. The lesson for today is a revision lesson. The title is Progress Check. So we're going to go through the main lessons that we took in Unit 6. So, what were the main lessons that we took? It was number 1, the vocabulary lesson, 2, grammar 1, 3, the vocabulary 2 lesson, and then grammar 2 lesson, the phonics and spelling lesson, finally the the CLIL science lesson, which was entitled allergies. Let's start with the first lesson, ways to help the environment vocabularies. That was the first vocabulary lesson. So we learned some phrasal verbs that could help the environment. First, we took the collect rubbish vocabulary. Recycle clothes. Now, recycle means to use it again in a different or in a new way. Recycle paper, recycle plastic, and reuse plastic. Reuse is to use reuse means to use again this same plastic bag again instead of throwing it away from the first time. Turn off the light. Use cloth or paper bags. Of course, using cloth or paper bags is better than using the plastic bags. Use low energy light bulbs. That would save the energy. And use public transport. Again, that saves the gases and petrols that could cause air pollution. Present perfect passive was the grammar lesson. The grammar 1 lesson. So what is the present let's go through the present perfect first before we move on to the present perfect passive. Present perfect is has or have plus the past participle or the third verb. So this is the form of the sentence. It will start with the subject, has or have, plus the past participle, and then it ends with the object. So in an active, this is an active sentence, it's not a passive. In active sentences, we start with the subject and it ends with the object. Okay, but in the passive sentence, it's the other way. Now, present perfect again, we said it's has or have plus the past participle. So we will start with the subject. I have recycled the plastic bags. So I is the subject. Now have goes with I, we, you, and they, while has goes with he, she, and it. Recycled is the past participle, the third verb, and finally the plastic bags is the object here. So this is an active sentence. If I change it to a passive sentence, instead of starting with the subject, I will start with the object. So instead of starting here with the subject will be at the end, or actually I can delete the subject and not use the subject in my sentence because it's not important. What's important in the passive sentence is the action, the verb, what happened. I want to know what happened. I don't care who did this action. So I will start with the object, has or have. I will add something which is the been here. So between has and have and the past participle, there will be been here. So has, have, plus been, plus the past participle, and finally subject. As we said, it's not important. You can put it in the sentence or you can just delete it. The plastic bags. Now the same sentence here I'm using. The plastic bag, which was at the end of the sentence, which was the object, I will put it at the beginning. So the object will be at the beginning. And then have. Now have here, have here goes back to the object here. So if the object is a plural, now here bags, I'm going to use have. If it's one bag, I will use has. So if the sentence is the plastic bag, it will be has here, not have, if it's one bag. Okay, and then been, and then again the third verb, the past participle, have been recycled. Again, if you can add the subject or not put the subject, your sentence, if you stop here, the sentence is correct. Environmental issues, vocabularies, that was the second vocabulary lesson. So some issues about the environment. Now, some of these phrasal verbs are things that are good for the environment, and some of them are not good for the environment. that could harm the environment. Burn wood or coal it's not good for the environment, of course. Cause pollution, that's not good for the environment. Conserve energy, yes, we should conserve energy. Conserve here means save. Cut down trees, that's not good for the environment. Keep the planet clean, of course, that is a good thing. Reduce pollution, yes, we should reduce pollution, means to make pollution less. Reduce waste, yes, that's good for the environment. Save resources, resources means like the food in your country, the water in the country. Petrol is kind of resources that we have to save. Save trees, yes, that is a good thing for the environment. And wastewater, of course, that's not good. We shouldn't waste water. The next grammar lesson was the gerund as subject. Now, what is the gerund? Gerund means to use a verb as subject by adding ing. So, adding ing to the verb and using it as a subject, that way it will be a gerund. Example. Now, this is a sentence here. It is good to save water. See the verb here? It's save. This is the verb. It's good to save water. I will make it gerund by adding ing and making it a subject. So subject means it will be here at the beginning. So I'll put it at the beginning and add ing to it. So saving water is a good idea. So what did I do? I switched. Instead of having save water at the end, it will be at the beginning, plus I will add ing here. So saving water is a good idea. We're going to remove it, of course, here, and then switch the two parts and remove two as well. Now, there's some rules here. Now, if the verb ends with an E, we're going to remove the E and put ing. And if the verb ends with a consonant and it's one syllable and a consonant at the end, means I'm going to double the last letter, which is the T here, and add ing. The phonic lesson was the suffixes ation and sion. Now, suffixes means the words or letters that comes at the end of the word. So here, suffix here, we have the two suffixes here, ata or without an a, tion, and sion. These two suffixes come at the end of the verb. It is added to the verb that ends with, now sion is added to a verb that ends with de, se, or ert. It's like revise, revision. Now sion makes the sound j. Revise, revision. Decide, decision. Convert, conversion. While tion here makes the sound ch, like act, action. Reduce, reduction. So tion is added to verbs that ends with t or e. So if a verb ends with a t or an e, I'm going to remove the t and put tion, and remove the e and put tion. The final main lesson here in this unit was the CLIL lesson, Science. It was entitled Allergies. Now, we took some words like the word allergies, which means a condition that you, when you have skin problems or breathing problems because a type of food that you ate or something that you touched or you got closer to. So some people are allergic to some kind of food, and some people are allergic to kind of plants or whatever. Then we took the word ambulance, we took the word pollution, and sneezing. In your pupils book, page 75, we are going to listen and match which activities are the people talking about. You're going to listen to people talking about different activities, match which one they are talking to the correct picture. Listen together.
1.
I think that factories should control the amount of dirty smoke they sent out into the air.
Yes, I agree. That will make the air cleaner for us all.
2.
Let's pick up all the bottles and paper and put them in the recycling bin.
Yes, and we can take the plastic bags home and reuse them.
3.
The trouble is that we're using more wood every day to make furniture or to make paper.
Yes, we need to find other ways of making these things, or we could end up without any forests at all.
4.
There are too many cars on the road. If we all used more buses and trains, there wouldn't be as many traffic problems.
It would also be better for the environment too.
5.
Before you go out, check that all the lights have been turned off.
Yes, and the computer too.
6.
Do you always turn off the tap when you brush your teeth?
Yes, I do. And I always have a shower instead of a bath.
Okay, so number 1 is to reduce pollution. Number 2, to collect rubbish. Says let's all collect the plastic bottles and reuse our plastic bags. 3 was about cutting down trees. He says that we need to cut trees to use lots of furniture and to make furniture and make paper, and that is a problem. Number 4 is using public transport. 5 was conserving energy. Finally, 6 was wasting water. Okay, the next activity is to rewrite the sentences in the present perfect passive. So the sentences here are in the active voice. So all of these sentences are present perfect, but they are active, not passive. What do I mean by active? Means it all starts with the subject instead of starting with the object. What I will do, I will change it to passive, means I will start with the object. So the object here will be at the beginning, and then I will add being. So yes, the dishes will be here at the beginning. The dishes is plural, so I'm going to use have, not has. The dishes have been washed. Again, plants, the plants have been watered. I have taken all the rubbish out. So all the rubbish. Now, rubbish here is an uncountable noun. It's uncountable. With all uncountable nouns, I use has, not have. So all the rubbish has been taken out. They have turned the lights off. So the lights, again, it's plural, so I'm going to use have here. The lights have been turned off. My dad has cut down the tree in our garden, so it's one tree here. The tree is the object. I'm going to start with the tree here. The tree has been cut down. Cut is one of the irregular verbs that it's the same. It doesn't change. Cut, cut, cut in all the three tenses. They have recycled all their old clothes. So all their old clothes. Again, it's clothes, so it's have been recycled. Next activity is complete the sentences with the gerund from the verb in brackets. So we have the verb in brackets here. We're going to change it to gerund. It means we're going to add ing to it. So cooking is one of my hobbies. Recycling, it helps the environment. Walk will be walking, is a good way to get around the city. Write will be writing. Emails has made communication so much easier. Learn will be learning. Learning about other cultures helps us understand other people. Give people presents makes me feel happy, so it's giving. And again here, give is, we're gonna remove the e here and put ing as write and recycle. We remove the e and put ing. The final activity is the phonics activity, which is add suffixes to make nouns, then listen and repeat. So first you're going to add the suffix and then you're going to listen. Investigate. Is it investigation or investigation? Okay, so of course it's investigation with the T. Now the T-I-O-N make the sound sh, investigation. S-I-O-N makes the sound j. So here, investigation, if I'm going to use this suffix here, it will be investigation. Okay, so S-I-O-N makes the sound j, while T-I-O-N makes the sound ch. So investigation is the correct answer. Confusion. I use the sound j here. So is it this one or this one? Of course, it's the S-I-O-N. Creation. I'm using the sh sound. So it's the T-I-O-N. Protect is protection. It's the T-I-O-N because I'm using the sh sound. Convert is conversion. I'm using the j sound here. So it's the S-I-O-N. And conserve is conservation. So it's the T-I-O-N here. Listen.
1. Investigate, investigation. 2. Confuse, confusion. 3. Create, creation. 4. Protect, protection. 5. Convert, conversion. 6. Conserve, conservation.
Okay, that was the last activity in the pupil's book. Let's go to the activity book. Page 69. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to complete the correct word here. Look and write. Number 1 is done for you. Turn off lights. Number 2, what can you see in the picture? Of course, it is burn. 3, reduce what? What is this? It is waste, of course. Cause, do you see the dirt in the sea here? So all this rubbish here, that is causing pollution. And 5 is, now this sign here means recycle clothes. 6 is 2 words, cut and down. So cut down trees. And 7 is use public transport. Finally, waste water. Correct the mistakes in the sentences, rewrite the correct sentences. Number 1 is done for you. The heating has being. No, it's not being. There's no G here. It's not being, it's B-E-E-N. So there's big difference between the two words here. The heating has being. It's not being, it's being. So this is a mistake here. The heating has been turned off. Number 2, the rubbish haven't been collected yet. Now, we said that the rubbish is an uncountable noun. And with uncountable nouns, we use has instead of have. So we don't use have with the uncountable noun. It is has. So have here is the mistake or the incorrect thing. The rubbish hasn't been collected yet. That is the correct sentence that you should write. This plastic bag has been reusing 3 times. What is the mistake here? This plastic bag has, now it's one bag, so I use has, that's correct. Been, that's correct. What is wrong here? Of course, it's the ing. I don't put ing in the past perfect. Has been means I'm going to put the third verb here. So reusing is wrong. It's not reusing. It has been reused, the past participle verb. All the low energy light bulbs has been sold. What is wrong here? Light bulbs. It's plural. It's not one light bulb. It's light bulbs. So I don't put has with the light bulbs. I use have here. So all the low energy light bulbs have been sold. The last activity is to write sentences using the gerund. Wastewater be foolish. Wasting water is foolish. So we change be here to is. As we said before, be is the verb to be, which means is or are or am, or that's in the present. In the past, it is was or were. Recycle plastic help the environment. So recycling plastic helps the environment. Conserve energy, save our natural resources. It's conserving energy saves our natural resources. And as we said here, if the verb ends with an e, we're gonna remove the e and put ing. That was our lesson for today, our revision lesson. Thank you for watching this video. Please write down if you have any comments, any questions about this unit 6. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. See you in our next video.